Bud Light is really suffering right now ever since the Dylan Mulvaney incident. And a lot of people, like I said, this whole thing is going viral on TikTok. People are posting it like crazy. People are making fun of Bud Light like crazy. But there's also people on the other side. We know they're very hysterical. They're very hardcore SJW, hardcore woke people. Of course, they're also going viral on TikTok. And they're having absolute meltdowns. I'm going to show you a couple in this video. They get pretty hilarious, but I did a video earlier today talking about these numbers. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We did a full breakdown on what's actually going on with Bud Light in comparison to other brands. A real quick recap is Bud Light sales are down 17%, while Coors and Miller Lite sales are up 18%. So they're really struggling. Bud Light is really struggling ever since the Mr. Vaney incident. We have to call him Mr. Vaney because you can't say his name too many times on YouTube anymore. This name right here, we can't say that name too many times. So it's Mr. Vaney. But yeah, the Bud Light sales are really struggling right now, and the Coors and Miller sales are really skyrocketing because of this situation. Like I said, that is very good. And we're seeing a lot of people, we're seeing some very, very funny TikToks and very funny YouTube videos around the whole Bud Light situation. But I think some of the funniest ones are the ones like this. This grandma apparently is very upset about you being mean to Dylan Mulvaney and the Bud Light brand. She's very upset because it doesn't have anything to do with you, how Dylan Mulvaney and how Mr. Vaney lives his life. So why are we boycotting Bud Light? Why are we so mad about beer? Let's check out what this grandma has to say.
If I see one more motherfucking commercial or a meme, I should say not a commercial, but a meme. If I see one more fucking meme about Bud Light, I am going to start drinking the shit. I have had it. I have had it. I have friends on Facebook that I want to unfriend because they keep posting. They posted a picture of Rambo because they called her Ram Girl or something, and they drinking a Bud Light. I mean, my God, get fucking over it already. Holy balls. Now this Dylan got not a contract, but agreement or whatever with Tampax.
Everything.
Oh, absolutely. So stupid.
I know.
They're so stupid. The more they do, the more money they're going to make. I mean,
I know, like they go.
Why do they care? Can you explain to me one thing?
That's one point that at first I was like, yeah, you might have a point there. You might have a point. Maybe we shouldn't be giving these people so much engagement, so much hate engagement, so much negative engagement, because at the end of the day, it is still engagement. And these brands will look at that as just engagement. They don't look at it as positive or negative. It's just engagement. So they hire them, you know, for their brand. And we saw how that worked out with Bud Light, but it doesn't end up like that for every brand. That's why people keep hiring Dylan Mulvaney and others like him. But at the end of the day, we have to push back on these ideas because this is how we got in this place in the first place, is because we were so live and let live. Like, we're not going to push back on it. You know, if you really want to do certain things, it's your life, it's nobody else's. But now it is starting to become everybody else's. The reason why we're so angry is because it is starting to become our lives, because we can't escape the shit. It's pushed down our throats every which way that we turn. And brands even like Anheuser, Busch, Budweiser, Bud Light that claim to be America's beer, you know, and they're all patriotic and everything, all this other BS that they try to spew. All that stuff is a lie, for one, but they also just shove it in our face with the Dylan Mulvaney stuff. Like, not only is it a lie, but they rub our noses in the lie. Because with the Dylan Mulvaney, with the Mr. Vaney stuff, man. So that's why we get so mad about it. It's because we can't escape it. Like, it's fine whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own home. But whenever you're pushing this thing on TikTok so much, like, it's very obvious that TikTok has a certain agenda. It's very obvious that other social media platforms have a certain agenda, and they're pushing that person more than other people, not because people like to watch that person do things, because they're extremely obnoxious. And I'll show you a video in 1 second displaying just how obnoxious Mr. Vaney is. But it's very obvious that they're pushing that person because they further a certain agenda that they want the Western world to adopt. It's very obvious. So that's why we're so mad about it. I mean, there's other reasons as well, but for me personally, it's because I can't escape the shit. It's just pushed down my throat constantly. And at some point we have to draw the line, or it will end up just destroying society. Like, I'm not going to lie. Maybe not this particular issue by itself could destroy society, but if we stop pushing back on all of them in the name of not giving them engagement anymore, then we're going to get worse and worse as time goes on. We've tried that route for too long. It's time to start pushing back, man. It's time we start taking a stand.
All I want to know is one thing. How in the fuck does this affect their life?
It doesn't.
These people on Facebook that are posting these memes against Bud Light saying, oh, it's girl, baby. What do they call it? Tranny fluid. Now they're calling drinking tranny fluid, they're saying. I mean, how does that affect their life?
It doesn't. They're just idiots.
Do they have to be so against? Why don't they open up their minds? I mean, I don't give a shit what anybody is.
Yeah, I'm sure that she didn't care. I tweeted this out. I quote tweeted this and said, I'm going to assume Mama had no issue with the BLM riots because I just know that she was all for it. She was like, yeah, you know, BLM is a great organization. They're definitely not corrupt or anything. All these riots, all these buildings burning down, all this looting and everything, it's totally fine. You know, they're fighting for what they believe in and everything like that. But God forbid, we peacefully, nothing's getting burnt down. Nobody's getting injured. We peacefully boycott a company that we don't agree with what they're spewing. We don't agree with what agenda, with propaganda they're putting out there. Then she has an issue. Then Mama is mad now. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And she's saying that she doesn't understand how this affects us in our daily life. It's very similar to the Mr. Beast and Chris situation where they're in front of hundreds of millions of children and they're showcasing and celebrating somebody transitioning and destroying their own family. It's similar to that, but it's not the same. It might even be worse in certain ways because Bud Light, like I said earlier, Anheuser Busch has been a brand that's very patriotic, that's very pro-America, America's brand and all that stuff. Apparently they donate to a ton of Republicans. I don't know much about that, but apparently the Republicans were saying that we should stop the boycott because Anheuser Busch donates quite a bit of money to the Republican Party. I don't really care. I don't care. If you're going to push these types of things, you're going to push this propaganda and this agenda, there's going to be consequences. And the fact is, they're furthering the agenda quite a bit because this person already has 10 million followers on TikTok, which is already gross because TikTok is mostly a children's platform. So to be in front of that many children on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, is insane. And it's definitely going to spoil the minds. It's definitely going to rot the brains of everybody watching it. And it's going to destroy the Western world if it goes unchecked. And that's the issue. You know, that's why I personally care. Let me know in the comments why you care. But whenever she's saying, how does this affect your life? How did the BLM, how did everything that people protested for BLM, how did that affect your life? I guarantee you this person definitely had no issue with that whole situation. But we also have this video, and there's probably a ton of others that she also had no issue with. But whenever it comes to Dylan Mulvaney or Mr. Vaney, people just have an issue, man. They have meltdowns, especially because we're winning. We're just winning in this situation. They're down 17% in sales. This is just, it's looking like a W, man. But this video, dude, this Mr. Vaney guy is just so obnoxious. And I'm sorry I'm making you watch this, but I have to watch it. You have to watch it, okay? That's how this works. I'm making you watch this video just to prove to you that this dude has always been the same. He's always been the same person. He's always been the same failed actor. This person says it right here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're going to have to watch that in a second. He is not trans. He is a narcissist who has found a way to cash in on his grift. It's 100% true. That's why there's no fake boobs. That's why he still has facial hair, because he will be a man again, and give or take 6 months. I'll give him 6 months of being a woman. He's going to go back to normal because he's not trans. I don't think he has that mental illness. I think he has a different mental illness, maybe extreme narcissism, or maybe he just really, really wants money. But I don't think he'll be trans. I don't think he'll be a woman for much longer. I think he's going to go back to being the normal Mr. Dylan that he was before.
I'm sorry, I have no more bread for you. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Okay. That's enough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you watch that. But like I said, I had to watch it. You had to watch it. Now look at this one. This is from his 365-day celebration of being a woman. Okay? Watch this.
In a relationship with God, and I don't think that he made a mistake with me. And that maybe one day I will actually be grateful for being trans. That this isn't some curse, but it's
old Dylan versus new Dylan, exact same act. And also Michael Knowles made a great point when it comes to that video, saying that God didn't make a mistake with me. He was like, yeah, that's the point. He didn't make a mistake with you. So why are you trying to change into something that you aren't? But I think that this is all just a grift, like this person says right here. I don't even think that he truly has the mental illness of where he wants to be a different gender than he actually was born. I don't think he has that one. I think he has a different one. And I think he's very, very money hungry, and he's getting paid. You know, he's getting paid, but we have to continue to push back on this. Let me know what you guys think, though, about this viral TikTok of this grandma having a complete meltdown about the Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you could, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.